Hello, everyone. Thank you all for joining me today. For those of you that may not know me, I am the Garden Goddess. I am a magical and medicinal herbalist. And today, for the premiere of this new series that I developed, which is called Magic Hour, I wanted to share with you all a recipe that I have been utilizing every day. Well, not every day, every 2 weeks, I want to say, probably like twice a month. Let's just get that. I use it twice a month. I've shared it with family. I shared it with friends. I shared it with my students. I shared it with damn near everybody. But before we get into the actual recipe that I'm going to be talking about and sharing with you all today, I wanted to sort of give us a foundational understanding of why I give this recipe out. So, for today's topic, I'm going to be talking about crown protection. And I think it's super and extremely important to talk about this during this time with, stakes being high within our economy, with the political chaos that's going on with different countries. I think it's really important for us to get into a discussion and understanding of why it's so important for us to protect our head. And so, in context, we always hear about protecting your head in regards to fighting. So, I know when I was growing up, my parents always said, don't start none, but make sure you finish it. And when I started to get into Muay Thai and all these different martial arts, there's a huge emphasis on always covering your head because your head is really the most important part of your body. And so you can replace a limb. If you lose a leg, you can get a prosthetic. If you need a kidney, you can get a donation. And if you need a heart, God willing, if someone passes away and they're an organ donor, they can give you their heart, but no one can give you their brain. Once your brain is done, you're done. And so we understand that through the context of reality of living, of making sure that no matter what happens, we protect our head, whether we're in a fight, whether we're in a car accident. We're always concerned about making sure that our head is somewhat safe in some form or fashion. But when it comes to spiritually, many of us seem to neglect that. And I know in African spiritual practices, because I'm initiated into one, that there's a huge emphasis on clearing your head, on making sure that your head is protected, because the first thing that people will go for during a psychic attack is your head. And it's also a place where your spirits can sit in order to communicate with you, in order to possess you, in order to channel through you. The head is one of the main entrances or entry points for these spirits to reside in. And so when we think about ourselves in a spiritual fact or through a spiritual lens, then we are aware that we have these seven chakra points. I'm only going based off of our seven chakras. Of course, there's many other ones, but the basic foundation to understand is our seven, from crown to root, right? And so when we think about it, these chakras, these moving discs in our bodies, they all have a layer within our aura, starting from our root. Our root chakra is the closest layer of our body. So we have 7 layers within our aura. So we go from root all the way to crown. And our crown area is our furthest layer that is away from us. And it's also the layer that connects with other people, right? So when you're entering into a space, your crown chakra is the first chakra that is able to pick up on the energies around you. And normally empaths have this habit, but when you have a crown chakra that is sensitive and you're someone, sorry, I have like a hair in my lip gloss. When you're an empath and you're someone that has a strong crown chakra, when it's all the way, the furthest away from your body, and it's the first thing that is in contact with another person, another being, another thing, what normally happens is there's an enmeshment that occurs. It's a crown chakra recognizing someone else's crown chakra and taking on their energy rather than respecting this is one energy versus another. And so this is often the trigger point for empaths, where they don't know where their energy ends and where someone else's begins, because there's a habit of just connecting to other energies upon meeting them or upon recognizing them, and taking on the same imprint or blueprint of someone else's energy. That's just a common mistake that ends up happening. But it's important to know that your crown chakra is the furthest away from you, because this is the area that seems to get the most damage or the most playtime in our day-to-day lives. And so when we're interacting with the world and we're navigating our environments, it's really important that we make sure that there is a level of boundaries between our energy and someone else's. And so I want to do a brief exercise with you all before we begin our magical hour and our magical recipe. I want you to tune in to the center of your head. And a way you can do this is by putting your fingers in between your head. So you put your fingers on your temple, and then you put your finger in the middle of your eyebrows in the back of your head. This is a way to like get yourself to the center. If you're having trouble doing this and tuning into the center of your head, this can indicate that you're not occupying that space. And if you're not occupying the center of your head, something else is. That could be thought forms, that could be propagandas, that could be information that you're intaking. But if you're not residing in your head, that's an indicator that your crown chakra is not clear. It's not clear in what it's doing or what it's taking on. And that happens that as we are human beings, we take on other people's energy due to empathy, due to concern, due to engagement, or just due to simply lack of boundaries. And so it's so important as you enter into these practices and as you develop a spiritual regimen, to develop a clearing process. And so you do this by just meditating, right? One of the common practices that I do every day is meditation. And I do a variety of different meditations, guided meditations, energy work meditations, as well as white light meditations. And one of the ones that I want to share with you all that will help you clear out your crown chakra is through a meditation called the violet light meditation. And it was something that my godfather had given to me while I was developing a new spiritual regimen for myself for this year. And the violet light meditation, and sometimes I call it the white violet light. I don't know why my brain does that. The violet light meditation is a meditation that involves clearing out your channels through a violet flame. And so the flame will go through your crown chakra, clean out that area, and then proceed to go all the way down through all of your 6 other chakras to really clear out your space, clear out your aura, so that it can be filled with your light, with divine light, so that you can be full of yourself. And so I would love to teach more about the violet light, but I think the best way for you to really understand it is to experience it. So I'm going to be putting a link down below to a YouTube video that is a guided meditation on the violet light or the violet flame. And it's a 10-minute meditation, and I'm sure you'll really enjoy it. And I highly recommend that you do it in the morning before you begin your day. And so coming back to the crown protection, it's really important that in you protecting your head, in you protecting your crown, that you learn how to have energetic boundaries, that you learn to differentiate between what is your energy and what is someone else's energy. And you do this through mindfulness. You do this through meditation, and you do this through awareness. And so because our aura, our crown chakra energy is the first one to interact with people, it's safe to say that you're going to be dealing with that sort of situation, if you will, all the time, because you're always going to be engaging with someone else. And so when you're doing that, I want you all to be able to tune into, am I enmeshing with someone else? Am I mimicking someone else? Am I taking on someone else's problems or energy or anxiety? And this is something that I used to do where I would be with someone, let's say like a friend, we'd be going out to dinner, and I found myself using the same lingo that my friends use. Like I had an old friend that used to say like, hello. Anytime she was talking about a problem, she'd be like, and I told him this, that, and the third, hello. And then I found myself saying the same thing. And I'm like, why am I saying hello? I need to say goodbye to that. Like, but I was taking on her energy and I wasn't even aware of it. I don't even talk like that. I don't even say things like that. I don't even use that type of jargon, but it can happen so naturally because I didn't have a clear boundary between me and someone else. And that can happen when you're not just around strangers, but most of the time it happens when you're around loved ones. And so crown protection is so important for this, and taking the time to clear ourselves daily will help us in staying full of ourselves. And being full of yourself doesn't mean being egotistical. It doesn't mean that all you care about is yourself. And it doesn't even mean about being selfish. It's about being full of your own energy so that you can show up in spaces fully authentic. Right. And so one of the ways we did this today was checking our head, checking the center of our head and saying, am I in there? In one form or fashion, am I in there? Is this me in my head? Or is it Twitter? Or is it YouTube? Or is it what's going on in the media? Am I full of myself? Because if I'm not, then I'm not able to show up and be the medicine for other people and show up and be the best friend that I can be and show up and be the best partner that I can be. I can't even show up as myself if I'm not filled with myself and my own energy. And so the next thing I want to share with you all is the magic, which we'll be getting into today. So I'm going to pause this video, grab my herbs, and then we'll get straight into the magic of this hour. And so give me one moment and I'll be right back. I am back and here are my herbs. So I hope you all have a pencil and pen today, because you probably don't have these herbs on hand yet. And after this video, you probably will, and we'll be able to do this together. But today I'm going to talk to you all and share with you all a magical recipe on head cleansing. Now, head cleansing came about after my initiation, actually, and I found myself just going through it, dealing with so many energies in the world. And I had a high sensitivity after my initiation with tuning into other people's auric fields. And so I found that developing magic to help clear out my system, my physical body, and as well as my energetic body, helped me not only stay sensitive, but also help me develop clear pathways to channel clearer and to hear myself even more clear. And so I love head washing because one, head washing is great for your hair health, but it's also great to clean your crown chakra through physical matters and connect with your herbs. And so for this, you're going to need fresh herbs. These are all very, very cheap. And I recommend that you get these through your grocery store because they'll be super cheap. And you will need an anointing bowl. Now, we won't be enchanting them today because I already have a video on how to enchant. But when you do have these herbs available, I'm going to give you a list of intentions that I want you to enchant these herbs with. I'm going to give you their planetary connections. I'm going to give you their chakra or chakra connections. I'm going to give you whether they're masculine and feminine. And I'm also going to tell you what their essence is so that you can enchant them yourself. So the list of herbs that you're going to need for this are fresh sage. You'll need fresh thyme. You'll need fresh rosemary. You'll need fresh mint. Now, fresh mint is just spearmint. Peppermint is not available in stores from what I am aware of. And you'll also need fresh lemon. Now, I don't have lemon on me today because my lemon tree is in the process of producing fresh lemons and they're not quite ripe for picking. So today I'm just going to be doing my 4, but for you, I highly recommend you use your lemon. And so this is great for all hair types, all skin conditions. I'm someone that has eczema all over my head. I have a very, very sensitive skin all over my head and body. I have tested this out on numerous different people, both old, young, sensitive skin, rough skin, skin that can take it, and skin that normally can't take anything. This is extraordinarily gentle, and you can use it as much as you want, but it's so strong, it's so potent that I recommend you only do it at least once to twice a month, and that's what I do. And so for our head wash today, we're going to purchase all these herbs from the grocery stores. Each one should be no more than like $2. So you're only going to be spending like $8 for this recipe. And this actually makes about a gallon of head wash. And so for our list of intentions, I want you to get out a pencil and piece of paper and write these things down. Now for sage, we're going to be utilizing the Mercury energy, the Emperor energy, which is in the tarot, Earth energy, throat chakra energy, and yin energy. You can use all of those, or you can choose what ones you want. For the intentions of sage, it will be to balance, to garner energy, to implant seeds of gratitude, to ground, to implant seeds of prosperity, releasing any negative energies or entities that are residing in our head or on our head, to purify our head, to clear our mind, to release stress, to heighten our visions, to reveal truths, and to garner wisdom. So that is sage. For time, we're going to be utilizing the air energy, the Libra energy, and yin energy. You can use all of those, or you can choose which one you want to use. The intentions will be to awaken and activate the mind, to become adaptable, to garner our inner authority, to instill awareness, to calm fears and anxieties, to instill growth, to instill happiness and strength, and to garner deep rest. Rosemary is our next one. We're going to be utilizing the fire energy, Mercury planet, root chakra, and yang. Now you can see that I'm utilizing different chakras because not only am I going to be clearing out your crown, but as we're doing the head wash, all these intentions and all these different energies are going to be clearing out all these different pathways that are affected by our crowns. When you're feeling stress, that affects your ability to feel secure in your body. That's your root chakra. When you don't have a clear crown, you can't communicate properly. This affects your throat chakra, and so on and so forth. So the intentions of rosemary will be to bless our head, to instill courage and empowerment, to instill knowledge and learning, to instill vitality, longevity, purification, protection. So you should probably utilize protection, rebirth, and renewal. Next is mint. We're going to be utilizing the air energy, the Libra energy, and the yin energy. I'm using a lot of yin energy in this head wash because I want our auras, our areas, our aura. That's why I need to do my head wash, because I am fully clear. I'm utilizing the yin energy because I want to make our auras receptive to this work. I'm utilizing that feminine energy to help just subtly get into our auric field so that we can just clear out. And it doesn't have to be harsh. It doesn't have to be aggressive. It's just a nice cleansing that's happening with us. And so the intentions for our mint will be to strengthen our mental power, balance our spiritual mind with our physical mind, to purify our mind, to provide support to our mind, to strengthen our mind, especially in times of duress, to add warmth to this work so that we're receptive, so that we remain pure in our intentions, to instill focus, and to add security to this work. And the last one that I don't have, but you will hopefully have, is lemon. We'll be utilizing the yin energy of lemon, the water element of lemon, and the intentions will be to clean and clear the energetic mud that may be residing in and outside of our auric field that is affecting our crown chakra. So you will go about enchanting and praying over your herbs. I like to do it all in one bowl for my head washes, right? And then I like to touch on my herbs. I like to pray on my herbs. I like to pay my herbs. I always pay my herbs, right? I'm touching, I'm smelling, right? And I'm even divining over it to be sure that it's ready to go. If you want more information on how to enchant your herbs, I'll have the video up above on probably one of these information cards so that you know how to enchant your herbs. And then once they're all ready to go, you'll bring a water to a boil, a huge pot, because we're going to make almost a gallon, right? You'll put these herbs inside your boiled water. You'll let them boil for about 40 minutes. You're going to see the color turn like a nice golden yellow. And if you want to add any other herbs to this recipe, you can add frankincense. Now, frankincense is a plant that I'm going to be talking about next week on planting seeds. So if you want to wait for that video to come out, you're more than welcome to, or you can just make this recipe. I always do it without frankincense because I just love working with fresh herbs. And normally if I am going to add frankincense, I will add the essential oil. And the benefits to this are a clear mind once you do it. Great sleep. I ain't never had the best sleep of my life outside of doing this head wash. I be dreaming, all right? Heightened visions. You'll become a clearer channel, especially if you're someone that does divinations for other people. You'll feel a lot clearer. You'll feel so much better energetically. Physically, your hair is going to look really nice. All right. This is very nourishing. It's a very nourishing hair rinse. So your hair is going to be stronger. Your scalp is going to be soothed, right? Your hair is going to be soft. But spiritually, you'll feel very clear, very clean, and you might feel slightly sensitive. So if it's your first time doing this head wash, I highly recommend that you wrap your head afterwards for just a few days. I know for me, the first time I did this, I got sick like 2 days after I did this. I was so sensitive and I just caught a cold. But after my body got used to it and I was mindful of how powerful that this is, I don't need to wrap my head as much. And so I hope you all enjoyed this video. Please like, share, and subscribe. Let me know how this works for you. Let me know if you tried it out. This recipe has been around for at least like 3 or 4 years now. And so share it with your friends. If you made a gallon and you just have so much, I use the whole gallon on my head. I soak my hair in it. I sit in it. But I've also utilized giving it away. I'll make the recipe and I'll probably use maybe like 16 to like 24 ounces. And then I just give the rest away. And so let me know how it works for you or your friends or your family. And I hope to see you all in my next video. All right, take care now.